There's an intercept. And away they go through Jess Sergis. Oh, hang on. Jess Sergis has got it. Sergis will score.
Jess, congratulations. You're officially a Rooster. Why did you make the move?
I think just being in a new environment. I've been at the Dragons pretty much my whole NRLW career, so I think a fresh start for me. New players there that I've never played with, new coaching staff, which I'm really looking forward to, and yeah, I guess just learning. It's a different place to me that I haven't been at, so I think just being really open to learning and growing at Roosters.
Just the talent in the NRLW is spread more evenly this year. How important is that for the competition?
Oh, I think it's so important. I know when I watch football, you want to watch two great teams go head to head, and I think that's what they've done this year. I guess spreading out the players to each and every different club.
And the winner of the 2019 Dally M Female Player of the Year is Jessica Sergis.
Jess, you've had an illustrious career. How are you going to take your game to the next level?
I think just to be a better footballer. I think I want to be one of those players that girls want to play with. So I think just to be a better leader. I know I've got so much more to learn and grow as a player, and I think making that change to the Roosters and being in a new club and a new environment, that's going to really help.
Goes that short side, and Sergis will score.
Tell us about young Jess. Were you always really competitive growing up?
Yeah, super competitive. My family won't even play board games with me, so I hate losing. It's just not in me, and that's when I think I get a bit angry and frustrated. So yeah, it could be anything. Playing games, like I have to always be the big person and take as much on, and I always want to win. So. And
what's your dream for women in league?
Obviously, the ultimate goal is to get that one step further and to be full time. And I know I'm happy to put in the hard yards now, and I know all the other girls are happy to do that too. But I think for the NRL girls or women in general, just to have a better opportunity and a stage to play.
Here it is. It's Sergis with the try.
Oh, she's a star, Jess Sergis.
She certainly is, Jess Sergis, absolute superstar on and off the field in rugby league. Catching up with our very own Ros Kelly. This week, Casey, the AFL announcing the AFLW, the women's competition, will be expanding to all 18 teams come next year. We've seen the league go to 6 this year, 8 for the NRLW in 2022. Do you think it's inevitable that it needs to be in line with the men's game and have 16 across the board for it to be whole, as Gilla McLaughlin called it?
Well, I think the end vision for the NRLW is to have the full amount of teams out. I think that definitely has to be the end vision. I think you definitely need to keep some type of quality there whilst getting to that point, and that, I guess, is the only concern, that obviously you've flooded the market now with every team. Can you keep the quality? But I think in terms of end vision for women and girls in sport and the way women's sport is moving, we definitely need to get to that point. And like Jess was saying, full-time as well.
And they are two different markets, isn't it? When you talk about that sort of stuff, everyone says, oh, the AFL are doing this, therefore the NRL should do the same thing. But they're different markets. Here in Sydney and Brisbane, you've got a lot more, in a way, people playing different sports. I know they play them all in Melbourne also, but there's a real AFL focus down there. So I suspect, I don't know, but I suspect that down in Melbourne, there's a lot more young girls and women playing AFL, where there are not so much the case maybe of rugby league players here in New South Wales or Queensland.
No, I think the AFL for a little bit longer have had more of a pathway for those younger girls to really come through, and they've learnt the game from a younger age, and I think that's where the league is getting to. Down at my local club, we're seeing 10 and unders, 12 and under, or girls only competitions, and there's a real pathway now, but I think keeping that quality is definitely important for the game.
It took a year or two in rugby when the Super W kicked off, and now it's fully bedded in and the quality's amazing. So I'm assuming it'll be the same thing when NRLW gets fully rolling.
Hey.